Всем привет, это канал Koss. Мы продолжаем проходить Mass Еffect. И сейчас у нас на очереди вот такое задание. Есть у нас тут траверс «Заложник». Высадитесь на борт грузового корабля. Найдите грузовой корабль. Тра-та-та. Отыщите биотиков на борту. Идем искать. Я уже долетел. Поэтому сейчас сразу же стыкуемся и смотрим, что это такое. Онтарио. Модульный транспортный корабль класса Коулун, разработанный землянами. Оборудован как для грузовых, так и для пассажирских перевозок. Корабль пытается на максимальной скорости скрыться в скоплении астероидов. Владелец — частное лицо, станция Цитадель. Ну, погнали! Так, мы брали Рекса и Гаруса последний раз. Давайте... Что за посмотреть отряды? Я вот это никогда не нажимал. Типа просто характеристики? Ну ладно. Мне бы главное им умение распределить сейчас сразу. Ага, стыковочный шлюз. Ой, вот это вот я не знаю, хотел. Ну да ладно, пусть будет. Кстати, вот у кого была электроника-то, надо было ее на прошлую миссию брать, чтобы там сейф разломать. Я думаю, ей бы хватило. Ну да ладно. Так, что у тебя по броне? У тебя никакая броня не открывается, да? То, что есть, то и есть. Давай тогда остальные таланты маленько поднимем. Дробовики. Ну, поехали. Кстати, а мне в прошлом бою там случайно кварианская броня не попадалась. Что у меня есть такие подозрения. Нет, не попадалась. Так, по оружию. Еще лучше. Вообще отлично. Давайте. Я хочу снайперку с какими-нибудь супер мощными характеристиками. Вот очень хочу. Так, Алиара. Ага, она может носить человеческую броню, но только легкого класса, да? Дизайн ужасный. Двойка. Дизайнерам двойка за такое. Я, конечно, не знаю, может этим вот стоит заниматься где-то за кадром, но, с другой стороны, мне кажется, не настолько уж сильно это затягивает процесс. В принципе, я тут сильно задерживаться не буду, так протыкаю все. С улучшениями уже точно буду разбираться потом. Нет, все-таки так лучше. Ладно, поехали. Угу. Здесь уже толпа какой-то нечисти. Ать, не хочу. Встать! Встать, Шепард! Время тикает, Шепард, встать! Так, а вот время тикает, меня это начинает беспокоить. Шепард тут прилип к колесу. А мне, собственно, что надо сделать, чтобы время остановить?
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade?
Please, I was trying to help you people.
Так, спокойно.
Let's not do anything we're all going to regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for.
But I've changed my mind. Seeing you all, it's clear that you all deserve...
Да-да.
You had your chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
Под стволом дробовика парень быстро обрел мотивацию, я смотрю.
Think about this. Burns is the one man who can help you.
Yes, if you release me, I can take another look at the reparations request.
What? We're supposed to trust you? Sure, you promise us freedom and say everything
Да,
will be fine, but as soon as we
да.
surrender, you'll double-cross us.
I'm not promising to let you go. All I'm saying is that Burns will take another look. Right, Burns?
Absolutely. I had no idea that the L2 biotics were this desperate. If I'd known, the reparations will come. For whatever it's worth, I promise that.
You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender.
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
Все разрешилось миром, а я-то надеялся еще пару десятков дырок понаделать.
A Fifth Fleet cruiser will be by shortly to pick you and the prisoners up.
Ага, таймер остановился. То есть, видимо, они должны были его прибить за это время, да?
Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me.
Вот понапрятали всего. Так, а тут еще есть что-то. Отлично. Чуть задание совсем коротенькое получается. Так что, наверное, мы сейчас все-таки полетим дальше. Посмотрим. Я только сверюсь со своей шпаргалкой, что у нас там дальше по полетному графику. Ой, хватит вот это вот. Как в магазин пришел, ей-богу. Хожу тут, смотрю, выбираю. Шепард, солдат, ему вообще без разницы, что носить и из чего стрелять. Лишь бы одевалась и стрелялась. Ё-моё. Вот отсюда. Так, а дальше у нас по списку. Система гидра. Вернее, скопление гидра. Нет, я все вру. Все, понял, сориентировался.
Message coming in.
О.
Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Вот и тот самый Хакет, который нам надавал кучу всякого. Так, нам нужно попасть в Ро Аргуса. Здесь что? Здесь одна. Да, это она. Здесь, да, Метгос, вот оно. Так, ну кому интересно про планету, почитайте на паузу. Я это уже начитался во время предварительной разведки, когда только нашел это место. Посмотрим теперь, что там внизу. Тали Лиара. Так, я забыл взять для них эти способности. Ну да ладно. Давайте. 2 земных гаврика. Пока что на каждое задание буду брать просто новых членов отряда. То есть комбинировать их между собой так, чтобы все у меня были прокачаны. А то вечно у меня остается там человек, у которого 200, плюс 200-500 очков. Так, а что у нас за квест? Сигнал бедствия медицинского корабля. Значит, вот это оно и есть. Поехали. О, минералы. Мне уже не терпится найти какой-нибудь магазин. Как-никак, по-моему, уже 70 тысяч у нас в копилке есть. С другой стороны, я помню расценки, и некоторые очень хорошие вещи там и стоили 80-90. Я, конечно, могу себе позволить какого-нибудь мусора гору. Но чувствую, что бабла надо еще больше. А, уже 1240 выдают. Выдавали сначала 950, когда я первое месторождение нашел. 900 с копейками. Потом 1000 с копейками. И где вы его видите? Скажите мне, пожалуйста. Вот я смотрю на точку. Почему-то я не вижу упавший корабль. А. Да елки-палки. Понаехали тут. Давай, на таран, блин. Я тебе постреляю. Что думаете, вы одни такие мастера, что ли? Я 1,5 года в World of Tanks рубился. Я сейчас и ромбом встану. И броней сыграю, все отлично будет. И на таран схожу. А че я тебя не... Во! Во! Ну-ка, ну-ка. Как ты, закатываешься, нет, вообще, в землю? Не надо, не вставай, пожалуйста. Не вставай, я говорю. Зачем ты встаешь? Что ты упрямый какой-то, а? Что ты какой? Ладно, не хочешь. Будет из пушки. Так, с этой штукой что-нибудь можно делать? То есть нас просто заманили и все на этом, да? Окей. Давайте тогда все-таки быстренько мотанемся, посмотрим, что это за обломки, что это за аномалия. Основные места, если что, потом я запись на паузу поставлю и найду здесь все кирпичи. А потом продолжим еще и третий квест. Я смотрю, вот эти квесты такие сторонние, они очень-очень коротенькие. Настолько коротенькие, что возникает вопрос о целесообразности их вообще нахождения в игре. Зачем? Не вижу, чтобы они раскрывали какой-то сюжет. Если это чисто ради того, чтобы герою было на ком качаться, вот так вот, приехал, пострелял, экспишку заработал, бабки получил, ну ё-моё, ну можно же реализовать какой-нибудь большой сюжетный момент, плюс 100-500 гетов туда запихнуть, чтобы я уж навоевался по самой не балуй, прокачался и двинул дальше. Кстати, у нас на карте галактики еще горит такая отметка, там написано астероид X57. Да, X57. И, короче, мне сказали туда не соваться. Что я делаю? Куда я еду? Тут болтаю и... Мне сказали туда пока не соваться лучше, ну, типа, на всякий случай. Сначала покачаться, все мелкие задания выполнить, а потом лезть туда, потому что это вроде как DLC. И это вроде как действительно... О! И это вроде как действительно... Ай-яй-яй. Вот здесь. И это вроде как действительно большое, такое достаточно объемное сюжетное задание, на которое действительно стоит взглянуть как следует. В общем, на той планете больше ничего интересного не оказалось. Ну и я вспомнил, что с персонажами-то, наверное, надо бы поболтать. Мы тут мотаемся туда-сюда. Стало мне любопытно. Зашел я в наш магазин. Чувак-то, которому мы приносили всякие лицензии, подогнал очень даже интересный товар, благодаря чему я нашел... Так, ну вот эта винтовка Мститель 4, мы ее, оказывается, нашли и притащили с собой. Видимо, с этого последнего космического корабля. По характеристикам просто отлично. Посмотрим, что будет. Вот только меня беспокоит, что это за точность такая 1. Но, по-моему, она была полностью по характеристикам лучше той винтовки, которая у меня была. У меня была Мститель 1 уровня. Это 4. Так, и бронька. Вот в нашем магазине Нормандии приобрелась вот такая прекрасная бронька Скорпион 4. Свою я уже выкинул, но она была примерно... То есть вот защита где-то была 25, по-моему, щиты 140, по-моему, были. То есть очень нехило так проапгрейдился за счет одной покупки. И стоило это чудо, по-моему, 20 с лишним тысяч, при том, что у меня было 68. Весь остальной хлам предметов я раскидал уже по шкафчикам бойцов, и все, что у меня осталось, я продал. Как видим, баланс плюс 62. несмотря на все траты, благодаря проданному, неплохо. Так, ну давайте с кого начнем беседу. Я хочу с Тали поболтать, потому что она смешная. Еще мне очень хочется отковырять ее стекляшку и посмотреть, что там. Очень меня подмывает это сделать, но, к сожалению, им нельзя.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
Да-да, так сказать.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
Найдешь, конечно.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
Тали, ты посмотри, где мы мотаемся. Где мы только не мотаемся, что мы только не находим.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Да, кстати. А если спасем галактику? По-моему, это достаточно грандиозно.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Seren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Seren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Seren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Так, ну вот эти мы точно смотрели, а вот про отца она, по-моему, только сейчас заговорила.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Уж, наверное.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Ну, не знаю. Ну, давай придумаем, как отковырять твою стекляшку. Шепард, ну что ты такой чурбан?
I should go.
See you later.
Ладно.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, Commander.
Так, похоже, инженер, чувак такой второстепенный, и ничего нового с ним не происходит. У него только работа целыми днями. Как ни зайду, у него все одно и то же. Давай, динозавр.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Нормально.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day.
Ты его замочил?
We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life,
but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Да, Рекс. История у тебя одна веселее другой. Вот вымирание помню, генофак помню, а вот семья, по-моему, как Италия, он про семью только заикнулся сейчас.
You must have family other than your father.
Да, точно.
Don't you miss them?
You're trying to make me cry, Shepard. I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
Их ты тоже собираешься замочить?
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Теперь еще и ты мне задание подкидываешь, да? Окей.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
Да без проблем будешь.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Так, ну-ка. Родовые доспехи. Так, это понятно. Где? Я ж только что видел. А, вот. Ро Аргуса? Так мы сейчас здесь же. А, нет, путаю. Это как раз следующее место, куда мы полетим, судя по графику. Так что у нас все по пути. Вовремя я к тебе зашел. Эш? Эшли. По-татарски Эшли работать. Работать, Эшли. Эшли, Эшли.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Ну, слышал так-то?
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot me now. One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Давай поболтаем.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vidmails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
А что-то, похоже, ей не особо нужно было, чтобы ее провожали в школу.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was going to end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Очень красивая история, и поэтому как-то она вообще не вызывает доверия. По-моему, перегнули с красотой повествования, и пришло все к тому, что как-то это выглядит слишком нереалистично.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Это стихи, что ли, были? Вот я сейчас английский слушал и с английского переводил. Это... Я не знаю, как это назвать. Это набор слов. Блин. А чё бы нет?
Poetry? You gonna bore the enemy to death, Marine?
Doubt it'll work on Geth, but I'll give it a shot. Just like to remember why we fight. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though. So behave.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Короче, я понял, что за персонаж Эшли Уильямс. Это такое, как это сказать, возведенное в абсолют представление об идеальном американском именно морпехе. То есть воин до мозга костей, честь, совесть, семья, ценности и, конечно же, любимый лозунг «In God we trust», «В Бога мы верим» и так далее и тому подобное. Короче, там прям у нее чуть ли не флаг сейчас из-за спины должен торчать звездно-полосатый.
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Мнение по поводу Лиары.
She's probably really bad.
Короче, такие вещи надо спрашивать вот у нее и у Кайдена, но только после этих. После сюжетных каких-то крупных, видимо, мероприятий. Иначе они будут говорить о предыдущем.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Да, с тобой все понятно. Работай, Эшли. Эшли. Галик.
Commander, good to see you.
Галик продолжает трогать воздух. Самый трогательный персонаж.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Давай, рот открыл, продолжай.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
L-Corps дипломат, убивавший и державший всех в панике. Вот эти вот медлительные, огромные штуковины, которые на руки вынуждены опираться, чтобы ходить. Я представляю себе такого ночного киллера.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
Да, вот у меня такой же вопрос. Чего?
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage.
Да.
It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
40 тысяч? Это 4? Без комментариев.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
Да, я заметил у Шепарда, вот ему надо было сделать 4 реплики, а не 3. Ну потому что у него, как у персонажа, намертво отсутствует чувство юмора. То есть вот он либо совершенно идеалистически как-то реагирует. Вот я совершенно не ожидал, что он на Гаруса сейчас наедет просто. Там, типа, что, запугивание? Да как так можно? Стоило ли? И так далее. Мог же вот между этими двумя вариантами, то есть вот между совсем уже идеалистичным и таким совершенно нейтральным пофигизмом каким-то, да, типа, ну и что дальше? Вот между ними можно было затесать какой-то вариант средний, содержащий чувство юмора. Улыбнулся, ну чё, беседа, да? Угу, понятно, как вы беседовали. Ну как-то так. Иначе характер совершенно как-то у него сложно соблюдать. Нет, понятно, он качает, ему же надо прокачивать там отступника или героя. Я так понял, после диалогов появляются, кстати, эти прокачки. Я замерял, потом видео пересматривал, замерял. То есть, видимо, сколько ты наотвечал в диалоге, столько оно по чуть-чуть там наползло. Я просто, может быть, и есть смысл там какую-то одну строку вкачивать, но я просто иногда не могу. Не иногда, а всегда не могу. Мне хочется ответить от себя, так как бы именно я сделал, а не тупо там по сценарию идти в одном направлении. Так, ладно. Опять вот интересно. Ну, я боюсь нажать на это, потому что это сильно негативно, соответственно, он сейчас себя выставит просто дураком каким-то на экране. Так что ладно.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
Да, нормально устроился.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that, but Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Leon, I want to be there when you find him.
Да. Ну вот сейчас вот не видно, был прирост или нет. Я не помню. Надо будет потом пересмотреть. Так, ну тебя я уже все купил. Здесь я со всеми поболтал. Поехали глянем, как там Аленка. И я все время забываю, что у нас еще тут синяя подруга со щупальцами. Есть теперь. Шоколадка есть? Аленка?
Anything you need, Commander?
Шоколадку хочу.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Ever thought about going back under the knife? Maybe get an upgrade?
No thanks, Commander. One slip and you can't remember your own name. The L2s spike higher anyway. My abilities would drop with pain-free L3s. That'd be a cold day before I turn myself over to a Canadic subsidiary.
I haven't heard anything about Canadics in a while.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared. Broke up into a bunch of little corps after they botched the training on Jump Zero. After first contact, Canadics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Canadics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and EZO. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Canadics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Canadics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. Real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
Так, а если я это снова начну, он...
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Понятно.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Аленка все сказала. Так, это... Я все никак не могу забыть, запомнить, с какой стороны моя комната, а с какой стороны... Редко я бегаю по кораблю, слишком редко. Док?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Вообще-то, может, стоило же махнуть личные вопросы, может, там что-то новенькое. Сейчас попробую на обратный путь.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Так, кто-то проболтался лишнего.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Так вообще шикарно звучит. Я не серьезно. Ну, ты хоть здесь, Шепард, ты пошутишь или опять сейчас тупое лицо сделаешь, ну?
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Ну, слава богу.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Ляра, просто надо чаще разговаривать с людьми, а не с камнями.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Ну ничего, я еще зайду, мы еще попрактикуемся.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive soul. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my
Оказывается, тут можно перематывать диалоги.
Goodbye, Commander.
Но лучше, конечно, на них просто не натыкаться на повторные, чем перематывать, потому что это смотрится не очень. Так, на второй палубе со всеми, на инженерной палубе со всеми, по-моему, остался только Джокер. Если ему вообще есть что сказать.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Пресли тоже, ему всегда не до разговоров, похоже.
Commander, something you need?
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Ну ладно. Видимо, да. Видимо, Джокер тоже слишком много работает. Так, вот добегаем мы до сюда. И вот в этом прекрасном месте мы с вами попрощаемся. В следующей серии, как вот у меня тут запланировано, мы полетим в скопление Ро Аргуса. Там у нас есть целых две интересные системы. И я еще посмотрю, что у нас там в журнале по поводу задания, потому что, как я понял, именно там надо искать доспехи нашего Рекса. Но это будет уже в следующем выпуске. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Не забывайте лайкать. Уже такая неприкрытая реклама, потому что каждый лайк продвигает видео в поиске. И чем больше людей будет его находить, тем лучше. До новых встреч. Пока.